What's up, guys? Dill here, bringing you episode 6 of the Mooncast. Today we are going to talk about The Promised Neverland. I just finished it yesterday? Yeah, it was last night I finished. I got completely caught up, and I just want to say that it is an amazing fucking series, and if you haven't read it yet, it's a must read. Like, it's fucking insane. It's crazy. People are getting really hyped over the anime, but I don't honestly read the manga. Like, I watched all the anime episodes that were out, and it covers it really well, but Jesus Christ, this manga is fucking, it's intense. It goes away from the norm. Um, it's like horror. It's so many different genres, 'cause it's like horror. It has like an action aspect of it, mystery. It's like this fantasy sci-fi like world with it is not what I expected it to be at all. I there's not It's really fast paced. There's not really a chapter that 1 second. There's not really a chapter where it slows down. Like, the pace of it, it's like a snowball. Like, it just does not stop at all. Like, there literally wasn't one dry part of the entire manga. Like, it just keeps, and it's not like one of those, it's not like something where it just keeps getting like more ridiculous, like with power scaling stuff, like how some mangas have a problem where just every chapter they bring you like something that topples like the last thing. It's just, the plot moves really fast. They're all over like this world. Um, the world building in it is actually excellent. Like, they're fleshing out this world pretty good. The plot twists are fucking nuts. You know, they're not afraid to kill children. It's kind of like a morbid scene everywhere. The demons look fucking intense. Like, oh my god. Some of the shit you find out too is just crazy. So, I guess I'll give like a quick synopsis of the plot real quick. Actually, I want this to be more spoiler heavy. I want this to be for people that have actually like seen it. So, I'll probably just talk about some of the stuff that happened. Right off the bat, you know, they have us thinking, you know, as soon as we know that there's like a traitor within the school, and they spend like a few chapters trying to see like who the traitor is and figure it out and everything, and then Norman pulls some L level shit on Ray, some L level shit on Ray, and we find out that Ray's the traitor. And right off the bat, I was like, because when I read the first chapter and I found out that it was like a farm for demons, that blew me. I was like, Jesus Christ. But then when I found out Ray was the traitor, I almost fucking collapsed. I almost physically fucking collapsed. I was like, what are they doing here? Like, what's going on? It was nice, man. And then fucking when Norman dies, it's like, oh my fucking god. And they did it really well too, because so many manga, like, they'll kill somebody off and then they'll bring them back like so soon. Like, they'll bring them back within like a chapter, 5 chapters, 20 chapters. Like, these motherfuckers killed somebody off that was crucial to the fucking story. Like, a main character. They killed a main character off for like, I can't even tell, probably 70 chapters. Oh my god. I mean, when he eventually, like, because he comes back first of all, when he initially dies, it's very emotional. You kind of believe it, actually, because they do like a couple months skip to where he's still dead. And most people that have read like anything like this, or just storytelling in general, like, you prepare yourself for like, this person might not be dead because they're just so crucial to the story. Like, you have that paranoia. But fucking, they spend so long with like just the fact of him being dead, and they go as this is what's fucked up. They go as far as like showing him in spirit with Emma and Norman, and then eventually it flashes over and shows that he wasn't killed, that he was actually sent to a camp for like extremely special people, like, or a farm, I should say. And like, I was like, I kind of saw this coming. And then at the very end, they give you the plot twist that he has taken the role of William Minerva and is the head of like, because he's not actually William Minerva, he's just using that name for power pretty much. But just, oh my god, it's honestly fun. And when I saw his silhouette, the silhouette of William Minerva, I'm like, that looks like Norman. And I was like, it might be Norman, but it might not be. But fucking when he came back into it and everything, oh my god, because the thing, he was such a good character, and like they did it perfectly. Honestly, they did his death perfectly because they killed a main character, and then they let us live with it for like a long time. I can only imagine if you were reading this series week to week. Like, oh my fucking god, I can only imagine if you're reading this series week to week, like the build up of Norman coming back to life. Like, because for me it was like, oh my god, it was crazy. But yeah, it's to start off with the whole like just them escaping Gracefield and everything. The entire Gracefield like arc saga, whatever you want to call it, was intense. Like it was a bunch of I compared to like Death Note, where it's like you're like out. It's a lot of like outthinking people and just being brilliant and like reading your opponent's moves and like knowing fucking that the mother Isabella, knowing that she like knows that you guys know and she's still keeping you there. So it was just like a big game of chess. And then when they finally did escape, it was very interesting seeing like what the world was like when they go out into these forests, these untamed forests where demons are just fucking running everywhere. And just not only that, but they're like the natural climate itself is just crazy, and like the nature can kill you itself. Um, oh my god, it was crazy. The fucking I really like Yugo. I honestly like he was fucking insane. I wish he wouldn't have died. At first I didn't know if I was gonna like him, but I definitely grew. I liked him and like Ray, like when they showed up at the fucking where the poachers were, at that like that hunting range, whatever you want to call it, the hunting grounds. When they like showed up, that was so fucking badass. And uh, Yugo is just so fucking. He was so badass. He could just fucking effortlessly fight demons. Um, when they brought like Lucas back into it, that was pretty sick. I would give this series honestly a 10 out of 10. I have a couple problems with it honestly, but I'm not like, in every manga there's so much shit that's just like that kind of pisses me off, that this one it has so few faults that I cannot get mad about the faults. It's just all the fucking plot twists, all the secret just all the secret fucking society type shit, the ancient, like, oh my god, all the stuff about how the promise was made and like 1,000 years ago, and like the two different worlds, and the pen, like them having to like go to each them having to go to like each location that the pen tells them to go to. It's nuts. The shelter the shelter's pretty cool. I just love like the stuff with like the secret organizations and shit. Um my favorite character is probably Ray. I like Ray a lot. That motherfucker was the traitor. But they end up increasing their numbers quite a bit before they get to like where the fucking resistance is. Uh, it's nutty. It's nutty. I really liked all the shit on like the hunting grounds where they had to fight like all the demons. Fucking they had to take out all the demons. And obviously Ray and Yugo show up, and then Yugo and fucking Lucas reunite. And then after that, I thought a really trippy scene that I liked a lot was when they went to like the Dragon's Eye or whatever, and then Emma had like that psychedelic like vision with like the demon that made the promise, like the one they're always saying, and like they spell his name with like symbols. It's like don't know if it's supposed to be like a different language or like what kind of shit it's supposed to be, but I thought that scene was like really fucking trippy. I enjoyed it. I was just about to say something. I just wonder where I wonder where it's gonna go from here. Honestly, like I wonder, cause in the last chapter, Emma says that she wants to save the demons. In that, I just cannot handle it. I cannot handle it. I literally cannot handle it. I can't handle it. You can't, like, this is literally an 11-year-old girl, and she expects to be able to save the entire world. And it's so far, well, time has passed. She's probably 12 at this point, right? She's 12 or 13. Honestly, I don't know. They're between 12 and 14 because like they're supposed to be shipped out when they're 12, and they're very close to being like shipped out. And then the amount of time that passed within the story was like what, 1 or 2 years. So whatever age they are, you know, these adolescents, young kids, they expect to be able to save the entire fucking world. You know, in a world full of fucking demons that are as big as my house, that are fucking can catch bullets in their hands, and just, it's nutty, okay? All of that. So it's basically it's an impossible dream. She ends up getting to a place and having like it's finally her chance. Like she might be able to save the world. Like she got to a situation that was 1 in 150 trillion billion gazillion. And then after she has the solution, she has it figured out. She has to make it harder. Like, now we have to save the demons too. Well, bitch, you weren't thinking about saving the demons back when they were eating your family, but now that you think you can save your family, you want to take this fucking shonen protagonist shit a step further. And I've liked Emma and her attitude about saving everybody up until now. It's inspirational. It's like, it's typical. Like, I just know how it works. But just a bit too far. God damn it. This is a bit too fucking far. But there's going to be they're going to have to go back in time. Like, they're just going to have to go back in time to the first, like, to when the promise was made. Like, that is going to be the solution to this. And a question I have, when Norman explained why demons eat people, and it's because they're formless, and they have to, whatever they eat, that's the form they take. If they eat like an ox, they become the form of an ox. If they eat a human, they become a form of a human. And it takes like that every 6 months to maintain that form. But, including their intelligence, what about, I can't remember their names, but what about the fucking like monk, like the religious demons that helped them early on? I think the girl's name was like Mujinka or something like that. What about them? Because they took a pact not to eat humans anymore, and they still maintain their humanity. Not their humanity, they still maintain like their human form and their human intelligence. So there's something, that might be a plot hole, but I don't think so. Honestly, this series is so well thought out that there's something that we don't know yet. Like there's something Norman's not connecting. And I honestly think, because Norman, especially with the newest chapter, he's talking to somebody, and they're about like he's talking to somebody about a meeting, and it seems kind of like suspicious, weird, but I'm not really thinking that Norman's like evil, or there's going to be some kind of weird plot twist with that or anything. I think it's going to be like Norman is going to do what's best for the human race, and if that is going to be merciless, and like he's basically going to have to do some stuff that Emma's not going to have to like for the safety of everybody. And Norman, here's a handshake. Here's a fucking handshake. If you have to literally destroy every single farm, every single grace field, everything, if you destroy every farm to do this, in order to stop the demons and make sure that the resistance stays alive, do it. Do whatever if you have to take a nuclear bomb to that side of the world and kill everybody, including the people in your base and yourself, fucking do it. Norman is gonna do what is right. He's gonna do what is needed, because you can't. It's not this like The Promised Neverland differs from some other shonen type shit, because there are real consequences. Like, people die in the series, like a good bit. Okay, and like they just eat humans casually. You'll just see babies getting fucking eaten, getting slaughtered. There's gonna have to be something's gonna have to happen. It's not gonna be all fucking daisies, because that would honestly take away from this story if you don't have, like, they need to keep the darkness in the story, because that's what makes it so good. Like, people are tired of reading shit where it's like, and I'm the biggest fan of, like, okay, I'm the biggest fan of One Piece, fucking My Hero, Naruto, anything. But it gets so old at times, just seeing somebody go into a situation where everybody's supposed to die and then coming out completely unscathed and saving the world every single time. Like, in my stories, I need there to be actual consequence. Like, there's going to be times where I need to see Emma just come out on top and save everybody, but there's also going to be times where I need to see people die, and because it makes the stakes of the story, like, you guys get what I'm saying. Like, this is going to be a very, very, very good manga, and I hope it runs like 300 chapters. I hope it goes the fucking mile. I was sad to see Yugo die. He's one of my preferred characters. I think that I think Ray will take after Yugo, and there'll be like a lot of flashbacks to Yugo and stuff, and hopefully maybe even some flashbacks to like shit that he did before he met like the Gracefield kids. This is a crazy series, guys. It's fucking crazy. Oh my god. It's a breath of fresh air, I'm not gonna lie. It's so different from anything else I've ever read. It's fucking amazing. I love it. Yeah, I hope, because in the manga there's 2 months. I think that's what I read. They have 2 months left until that 2-year mark to go rescue the kids from Gracefield, because in 2 months some of the kids are going to turn 6, and 6 is like the first, like, if you do bad on your test when you're 6, like, they'll ship you out, so they have to go back within like 2 months. So something's about that. And the way the series goes is like, fucking, as soon as we fucking hear about something, we get it within 10 chapters. Like, they want to go to the eye, they want to learn about the 7 walls and go to like the dragon's eye or whatever the fuck it's called. They just go there, like, within the same like, they leave, it's on the other side of the country or whatever, it's a long ways away. They want to go there, they leave, by the end of the chapter they're fucking there. They just tell you time has passed, and that is something that's really good about the series. It doesn't drag, like, plot point to plot point to plot point to plot point. So I think very soon, we're gonna get the Gracefield, like, running the fucking, going to Gracefield and breaking them all out. And they probably have the resources at this point, especially with the people from Norman's farm. They're like fucking superhumans, like that dude with the fucking swords that can just dismantle demons. He was badass as fuck. I hope that Norman, Ray, and Emma somehow obtain a way to fight, like, I know it would be hard to super boost their strength like that one dude with the swords from Norman's, like, super farm. I just wonder if they're going to introduce any kind of, like, powers or abilities, because there's, like, demons and shit, like, and Emma already, like, had visions of, like, the past, or, like, it was, like, visions of the past, but it was also that person, like, talking to her, like, kind of transcending time. So if you could give, like, people in the series abilities to fight against the demons, like, some kind of magical abilities and shit, I wouldn't be opposed, honestly, if you want to add, like, battle manga to this, because there's already a good bit of fucking violence and gore. It's usually, like, gun-based and shit, but, I don't know if that's going to happen, though, but I wouldn't mind it, honestly. I wouldn't mind to give them, like, a power system to fight against the demons, because that could lead to that could make the story so much longer if you gave them, like, especially if you put, like, think about if you gave the series give them a power system, then give it a time skip, And imagine what they would look like as like 18-year-olds, and then they would have like abilities and like guns and fucking fighting demons and shit. This series has a lot of fucking potential, guys. It has so much fucking potential. This is, anybody that reads this and doesn't like, there's no way you're not gonna like it. It's crazy. It's dark. It has a super interesting plot, super interesting world. The fights are crazy. There's a lot of strategy and outthinking, and like, you'll love the characters too. You get attached to the fucking characters, and then you're really afraid that they're gonna fucking die, and then they might. Like, they really might. Like, I really thought Hugo was gonna come back. I really did. I did not, like, even when we saw him and Lucas die and everything, I honestly still thought that he was gonna come back. And then you see him like talking to Emma, and then you realize that that's just like his spirit or whatever. It's fucking insane, guys. I think I'm gonna wrap it up though. Please go read The Promised Neverland. I'm going to start doing weekly chapter reviews and or reactions, just depending on, what I'm feeling that week. Hit the notification bell, like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode of The Cast of the Moon.